So we're going to be looking at a question called Mosquito Limited, which is in workshop 3 in your workbooks. And we're going to start by entering all of the data from this question into a data sheet. Now the data sheet is really important. This is the only place in your accounting model where you can enter data by typing it into a cell like this. The rest of your spreadsheet model is going to be entirely driven by formula. So your data sheet is the only worksheet that is going to have numbers and words that you type in yourself. Okay. So we're going to call this Mosquito Limited Data Sheet, and we're going to start typing in all of our data. So we know we have got some product costs. The product in this instance is a model aircraft, and we know that the product costs include direct materials, direct labour and variable overheads. We know that we have got some information on quantity per unit, cost per unit, and then cost per aircraft in this case. So our direct materials are 2 kilograms per unit, direct labour is 4 hours per unit, and variable overheads are 4 hours per unit. Now, I'm just typing in the figures for now, and I will explain why. Oops, 51.25, we want to go down across. The cost per aircraft, we want to be a formula. We want it to be our quantity per unit, so 2 kilograms per unit, multiplied by £4 per kilogram. If I had written 2 kilograms in this cell, like it is in the question, I wouldn't have been able to generate this as a formula. So that's why I haven't written kilograms there. So actually what we need are kilograms here. And for direct labour we need hours. Okay. So now I've created that formula here, I can just get the little black arrow and pull that down. What I also want to do is know what my total variable product cost is, so I'm going to do an auto sum there, 73. So that's my product cost information. We then have some information on fixed production overheads. So we know that they are comprised of rent and rates, management and admin costs, and factory supervisors. Okay, and the figures for these, we know we've got 100,000. That's coming up as a percentage, which isn't right, so I'm just going to change that to general. Right. 2 more zeros, 100,000, 184,000 and 45,000. Okay, and again I want to sum those, so I'm going to auto sum, click return. We then have some information on the departments. And this is what we're going to need when we start to apportion our overheads, our fixed production overheads. So we know supervisor time, we know floor area, metres squared, number of employees, direct labour hours per model, and also direct labour hours per department per year. Okay, so let's fill these information in. We know that we've got 3 departments. We've got assembly, we've got painting, and we've got packing. Okay, so 60. We know that assembly is 60%, painting is 25%, packing is 15%. For floor area, we know we've got 100, we've got 65, we've got 85. Number of employees, 15, 6, 8. direct labour hours per model 2, 1.5, 0.5, and labour hours per year, 14,400, 10,800, 3,600. Now again, we want to have some totals here, so I'm going to add a totals column, and that's going to auto sum across, and then I'm just going to pull that down. Now what that's done is pull that down as a percentage. You can see up here it's calling that a percentage, so I need to change that to be general. Okay, we can probably, if we want to, we can do a little bit of smartening up, because some of the information is a bit hidden here. So I would probably add some bold. I would put my totals in bold. So here I would put the whole column. You might want to centre these column headings just for neatness. This column needs to be a tiny bit wider. And on data sheets, often what we do is hide the grid lines. So we're clicking on View, hiding grid lines. It just makes it look a little bit neater. With large figures, often what we do is put 1,000 separator in, which is this little comma here. It automatically gives you 2 decimal places, so then we're going to click on this arrow here to remove the decimal places. Okay, I think actually, are these all formatted? Yeah, okay, great. So that's our data sheet. Oh, I've forgotten the margin. So I'm going to type in the margin here, which is 12%. And I think that's our data sheet complete. We are ready to move on to our cost apportionment schedule, which will be the next tutorial.